Hello everyone, this is Melanie Lightbeam, and guess what we're doing? We are cooking with crazy again. I am making another one of my crazy dishes, and you know something? I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I hope it's going to come out well. In fact, I know it's going to come out well, but my husband, as soon as I told him what I'm making, he had to do that face like, But you know something? He'll either eat it or do without. But in this case, ooh, I am excited. All right, so let me tell you a little background story. As you guys know, I cannot cook for shit. And a year ago, a friend of mine started giving me cooking lessons, which was really fun. And I try to take those lessons that he taught me, and I've been incorporating it in various dishes and stuff like that. So today happens to be, it's my interpretation, but it's using some of his techniques, which is really good. And yeah, he'll probably, if he sees this video, shake his head saying, what the hell did this girl do? But what did I tell you? This is crazy cooking with Melanie. So what I'm going to be making is, I'm going to be doing fried fish, and I'm going to be doing fried zucchini. But I'm doing my own little take on it, along with mixing some ingredients. So first things first, this is going to be almost perverted. The zucchini. Ooh, look at this long baby. Yes, we are going to chop up this zucchini up, and we're going to make nice, thick little pieces. I'm chopping it up right now. Careful not to cut myself. I know you can't see the chopping techniques because, what can I say? I have a bad camera. I have to learn how to make it to see it. But what I'm doing is I'm doing little, like, chiplets. I probably should go smaller than this, but this is going to be just for myself. And what I do is I get to keep the extras because he does not like zucchini at all. So he will not eat this. So this is my little treat for myself. So we're going to chop these up. And like I said, you want them in thin little pieces. I made these pieces a little too thick, but that's okay. Some will be thicker, some will be thinner. All right. Now comes the secret. So I have a problem. I ran out of breadcrumbs. But I have three ingredients that I'm mixing because, and let me show you my ingredients. This stuff is amazing. However, it is spicy as hell for me. So I'm saving this for the fish. But I put a little bit of this mixed with flour, but I really wanted breadcrumbs. So here's where the craziness comes in. I have a box of stovetop stuffing cornbread. Excellent. I could probably use this alone. I'm not going to use it alone. I'm using it with the flour. So basically, I am going to crush the hell out of this. And this is going to be the base for my zucchini piece, because we want to get this in a nice powdery form. Now, I probably could put this in a food processor. I probably could put it in a blender. But you know something? I have enough dishes as it is. I hate doing dishes. I don't want to create any more that I'm going to, because tonight's meal is going to make a lot of dishes. Now, I should have poked a little hole in this. This way there's air in it. Perfect. Now I could really crush that baby up and get it nice and what I'll do is I'm putting the little powder in here because we want it to be a nice breadcrumby, and I can just chop up the big pieces. Oh yeah, this is going to be really good. And remember, this is cooking with crazy. So just to show you, got my little mixture. It's flour. It's a little bit of that Louisiana stuff, and it's the cornbread stuff I just did. So we've got a nice mixture going on. Now, you're going to need eggs. 2 eggs, 3 eggs. I'm going to use 2 eggs first. If not, I could always add another egg in. So put 2 eggs in there. Make sure you don't get the shells in. I'm actually good at cracking eggs. There was a time I used to crack eggs, and all the shells used to go in there. So I need a mixer thing. You would think that I would have all the stuff out already. No, but nice little fork. Beat this up a little bit. Now, I could either add milk in this, which I'm not going to do, but I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. Just a tad, just to make it a little bit runnier than it normally is. Now, while I'm doing this, I already put the oil up. Vegetable oil. That's in a pot. Now, I'm supposed to have an oil thermometer to check the temperature You think I have that? No, I don't. But there's a little trick that they taught where if you take some cold water and you hear that little sizzle, that means the oil is pretty much ready. So that's nice and bubbly. So what that means is I can start putting everything in. Okay, so I'm going to take my pieces. I'm going to dip them in the egg. I'm going to dip them in the powdery mix that I made, and it's going right into the oil. And I'm going to just do a thin layer right across that they're not overlapping. And I can put a couple of these in at a time. I don't have to do one at a time. So just get nice and get the egg goopy stuff, put it in, and then right in my powdery goodness and smash that in. We want this to be a nice coating. Now what I probably should have done was put cornstarch first, but what I've noticed is because the zucchini has its own wetness to begin with, look how beautiful that baby is. It has its own wetness to begin with, it naturally sticks. I just like to add it just to make sure. So I put the eggs in. And then these pieces are going right in the oil. And that's going to cook for a few minutes. Basically, I'm waiting for it to float to the top. When they float to the top, then I know they're ready. Okay, add a few more in there. Try to put as many as possible. This way, it's not a, that I'm not waiting too long for this. And yeah, you get your hands nice and dirty on this. Okay, so that is going. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. And what I'm doing is try to always keep it clean. Now, while that's doing, I can actually bread these up for the next batch. And this looks like it's going to be about 2 or 3 batches of cooking. And in the meantime, I'm going to pause this until we do the next batch. Now, just to show you what this looks like, let's see if you can see that. Look at it. It's bubbling. They're starting to come to the top. I'm going to give it a little extra longer because I do like them a little bit of crunch to it so that when I bite into it, it has that little crunch. So that's going to take just a few more moments. Okay, check this out. These are starting to look amazing. Look at that. Doesn't that look really nice and delicious? So what I'm going to do is, now these are in a basket. This is a special fry basket, so I could just lift these out and let them drain a little bit. And then what I normally do is after they drain, I put them right into on a plate. Okay, they are looking delicious. I am so happy. Just to show you. I let them drain a little bit on the basket, and now I'm letting it soak a little bit on the towel. I'm going to be doing the second batch right now. And like I said, normally I use either breadcrumbs or panko. I love making it with panko. Fortunately, I don't have it. So I'm using the cornbread stuffing mix along with a little bit of flour and along with a little bit of the fish stuff, which has a little kick and has a little spice to it. So now I'm going to start the second batch of pieces. And we're just going to take them and throw them right in. You do want to make sure that your oil got a little reheated when I took the first batch out. So these are going to cook for a little bit. And it looks like I'm going to have enough for one more batch of the pieces. So let me put this on pause for now. So it looks like I'm going to have to make 4 batches of this. I did have to add more eggs to my batter, and I also put in a bigger one because I realized that small bowl is not going to fit the fish, as well as I added a little bit more oil to the thing. So I'm just letting that heat up a bit. But these are coming out amazing. I love these things. They're like little zucchini chips. Very good, very tasty. They are delicious if you mix them with ranch dressing. Oh, so good. And just to show you what they're looking like so far, look at how delicious that looks. They're nice. Okay, so I'm going to let that, and I have the paper towel soaking up some of the excess oil. So we'll let that cook a little bit long. I'm going to prepare the last and final batch because I only have a few more of the chips. Okay, so now we are on part 2, and that's the fish. Now, when it comes to the vegetables, I always do the vegetables first because I have this fear that, like, doing the fish and the fish getting... No, so I did the vegetables first. That one is almost done, and now I'm setting up the brand new one. I emptied out the cornbread mix, and I put regular flour, and we're putting this seasoned, crispy fish fry stuff. This stuff is very salty, very spicy to me, so that's why I'm mixing it with the flour in order to cut down some of the spiciness. My husband loves it. I can't take spicy food to begin with. Now, the fish of choice are individually packed fish. Now, I got these on clearance because, you know, I'm always looking for special deals. And this particular fish is called Bossa Nova. I have no idea what kind of fish it is. It looks like fish to me. I almost say that fish is fish. That looks like a beautiful piece. It came in a huge pack. It was on clearance for $5. So you know something? I'm going to try it because that looks like a delicious fillet. So what we're going to do is same thing. I put some more egg in my mix and then made some fresh flour. But, oops, before I do that, I have to empty that one out. And we're going to do the same thing that we did. You take the fish, dip it in the egg, smother that baby in that goopy egg, and then just put it right into that mixture. And we're going to coat that baby up, pressing it into and being very careful that I'm not destroying. And we're just going to bury it. I mean, get as much of that as you can get it on. Nice thick coat. If I find that I'm running out, all I have to do is add a little more flour to this. Look at that, baby. Look how beautiful that is. So while I'm doing that, let me empty this out. Put that back in. Let that soak. But yeah, this is beautiful. Now, I didn't need to change the oil or anything. I don't save oil. What's going to happen is I use the same oil that I use the vegetables in. Once I'm done with that, I'm just going to toss it out and throw it out. I mean, I think there's some people that will use oil over and over again. No, I think that's a little disgusting. Plus, I don't have fried foods all the time. I mean, it could be like a month before I do another fried dish. So look how beautiful that piece is. This is going right in. Oh. And I got to make sure. Always use metal tongs. Don't use the ones with the rubber on it because you don't want it to melt. So, I'm only going to be cooking one piece at a time. I don't want them sticking together. I don't want them breaking apart. So it's just easier to work with one at a time in the fryer. But I could still prepare the other ones in the batter and in the crumbs. And once again, I prefer panko, but my husband hates panko. I don't know why, but I make him happy. He'll like this Louisiana stuff. So while this is cooking, I'm going to pause it right here. Whoops. So while this is cooking, I just want to show you. This is what I got. It's Bossa Nova Striped Pangasius Swahi Filet. It's from Vietnam. And there was 8 fillets in here that I only paid $5 for, which I think is an incredible price for fish. So I'm really hoping it's a good thing. I just want to show you because the first piece came out amazing. Take a look at that baby. Can you see that? Look how delicious that looks. So I'm in the process of doing piece number 2, which is in there right now. And I'll put this down for 1 second. And piece number 3, you know, like I said, we're going to dip it in the egg, get it nice and goopy, and then it's going right into that mixture. We're going to bathe it in that breadcrumby goodness, smother it so there's a nice coating. I mean, look at that baby. And of course, always wash your hands in between. I have the sink right here, which is nice. But this is going to take a few more minutes, so let me pause it once again. Okay, so now dinner is done, and now comes the best part, the plating. Now, for myself personally, I have ranch dressing. This is a 3-cheese ranch, and I have it for 2 reasons. I have it for my salad, because I did make myself a salad with this. Ugh, I hate when it makes that noise. And I also have it for my little zucchini chips. So I'm going to put a little bit on my salad. I just need a little bit. I don't need a lot. Look at this amazing plate. Can you see this? Here, let me do it this way. Look at that amazing plate. We got my salad, we've got the fish. Does that not look amazing? I am so hungry. My husband, on the other hand, is going to get just a mixture of ketchup with a mixture of mustard. That's his sauce of choice when it comes to fish. So everyone, I know this was a mellowed video, not exactly as crazy as it usually is, but this is a delicious, quick, easy meal. Even though this video was roughly 15 minutes, total cooking time was about 45 minutes. So I am going to eat because I am exhausted, I'm tired, and I want to sit down and watch a really good show. Until next time, everyone, this is Melanie Lightbeam, cooking in the crazy kitchen. Take care.